everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. As I mentioned in a previous video, I do have some plans for some ways that we are going to be doing some upgrades to the kayak so that we can do a little bit better fishing. There were a couple of things I did not like last year when I was fishing out of the kayak. I wanted to go ahead and address those problems in the off season while I've got some time. I'm also going to be adding in a whole bunch of stuff. I'll walk you through all of it while it's happening. But I've already gone ahead and made one adjustment to the kayak. As you can see here, I do have it kind of set up on some sawhorses in my basement. There is one update I've already made. So we'll go ahead and just kind of go over that real quick with you now. So the first things first is when I was sitting in the kayak, these foot pegs right here were just a little too close. And I wasn't able to stretch my legs out enough to really remain comfortable for a significant period of time. So what I did was actually took these off. These are able to go about another quarter of an inch, actually probably close to an inch further away, but there was a little notch that kind of prevented that from happening. So what I did was I went ahead and filed down that notch on both sides, so I'm able to get just another inch, which is just all I needed in order to stretch out my legs all the way but still be able to use these pegs for what they're for, and that is to provide power when I'm paddling. So I have gone ahead and done that. That being said, we're going to be doing a lot more updates, so stick around to the rest of the video for that. Alright, one other additional kayak update that I have for you guys as of right now is this year, I will not be the only person in my family who will be out fishing in a kayak for Christmas this year. Laura and myself decided that we were going to get Chandler his own kayak so that he can come fishing with us. We took him out kayaking a couple times this year. He really enjoyed it. So we figured, what better way than to get him a fishing kayak so he can come out and go fishing with me. So as you can see, I'm currently sitting in his kayak. This is a Pelican Strike 100 XT or NXT. I'll put it on the screen here. It is a kayak. It's a little bit longer than mine, not by much, but his is set up, again, this is kind of the same for mine, is for fishing. It's got the two rod holders in the back. It's got this little box back here, and that is kind of like a storage thing that's kind of set up for that, and very useful. It's got two additional rod holders in it. I don't know if we're going to use those, but it does have places for tackle boxes and stuff like that. Additionally, he's got this little center console here. You can see I have my phone set up right here. Additionally, this lifts up and there is some storage underneath it. Not a whole lot of storage. There is a little bit more storage in my kayak, I feel like, but we're going to go ahead and get his set up the same way that I'm getting mine set up, so that when the season comes, when it's time to go fishing, we are good to go. That being said, that's the updates I have for today. I'm going to be placing an order on Amazon here shortly for the accessories and stuff like that that I need, and then we will get everything set up and I'll walk you through all that. That being said, that's the updates I have for today. See you in a minute. Alright, y'all, I lost a lot of sleep over this, trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to set up the kayak. I think I finally got it figured out. I just placed the Amazon order. It is Friday today. It should be delivered on Monday, and then I'll get started. So I'll bring you all along. Can't wait. Well, alright, everybody, all of my accessories were delivered today, so I've already put some magnets down, stuff like that. You've already seen me do that in the kayak before. It's nothing special, it's nothing new. That being said, everything I have to do from this point forward involves me putting a hole into this kayak, and that makes me extremely nervous, but I've got to do it. So what I'm going to start by doing is adding one of these clips right here, right behind my seat, so that I can, I'm also going to be putting a camera mount back here in the back, so putting this so I can tie my camera off so it doesn't fall into the water and I lose it forever, which would suck really bad. But anyway, I am extremely nervous to do this, but it's okay. We're going to get it done. Here we go. I'm going to start with one size and then I'll move bigger. Here we go. I did go through and mark where these holes need to be. I marked them a little bit ago. So here we go. All right, no turning back now. All right, here we go. Switch to a bigger drill bit, and then I'll be ready to rivet this into place. One good thing is these hooks did come with rivets to use. There we go. All right, well, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Let me grab a rivet. All right, grab my hook. Okay, I was worried this might be the case. I'm gonna have to wiggle it a little bit. There we go. All right, there's one. Other one is in. Thank you to Dad for letting me borrow this rivet tool. Let's get her done. All right. That side's on pretty securely. All right, let's take care of the other side. Here we go. Almost ready. Should pop now. There it goes. There it is. First thing is attached to the kayak. It's not going anywhere, so I'm pretty excited about it. This is, again, it's going to be a place where I can tie off my camera. So that's what this mount right here is. It's going to be right there behind me, and it's going to sit up about like this. So, got to get some screws for that though. But in the meantime, I have a few more of these I got to put on, and yeah, we'll go from there. Worked pretty well. All right, let's keep going. All right, so these are going to be for the three. Again, this one's for my camera. This is just for any random accessory that I might have. I may tie off the rods that are hanging back here. I may also get a net. That's actually what this one's for. And then this one here is for my stringer. So, yeah. Overall, I'm going to put a couple more on this side as well. And a couple in the middle here. And we'll be good to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move over to the other side. All right, all the ones on the back of the kayak are done. I got to put two in the middle. Alright everybody, well, I've got all my little loops on here. Again, I got to add a couple to Chandler's kayak. But the next thing I need to do is actually add, I have two of these that are little 4-inch accessory rails. So I'm going to be adding these on to the kayak here. About right there. I don't know if you can see that on the screen or not, but we got two of these. We're going to get them on here so I can add some more accessories. Other than that, I'm probably going to be doing some more riveting. I just need to get some more rivets, and then again I got to add some loops over to Chandler's kayak as well. Additionally, I have set up with my tackle boxes to have magnetic holders. I'm going to add them to Chandler's as well. Again, I'll show you where all of this kind of fits into things, but I added these metal plates to the back of all of my tackle boxes so that when it's time, I am able to just use the magnets to hold all of my tackle boxes on here. But that's what I have set up. I'm also there's adhesive on the metal plates, but I'm also gluing them on with a little bit of Gorilla Glue as well, just to be safe. So this is just me letting it dry right here. Hopefully that works. See you in a minute. Alright everybody, so it's time to mount my camera mount to the back. Now I went ahead and drilled the holes. Now the screws that came with it are actually bolts, and unfortunately with this kayak I do not have access into the inside of the kayak anywhere. Actually considering adding it maybe behind the seat, but for right now I don't have that access. So I had to find some screws that are gonna work. Went ahead and drilled the hole, and I'm gonna just get this added in here. These are just happen to be screws I just happen to have sitting around the house. So get this drilled in here. I've got that. Good news is this one I can put on with a drill. I don't want to do it too tight, but I can't. It's not going anywhere. Now I can add in my camera mount. Push it in, lock it into place. Camera mount is attached. Now I just got to figure out the best way to mount this so when I'm fishing you can actually see me. We'll go from there. Alright everybody, as you can see we got Chandler's kayak up on the sawhorses now, so we're going to start working on that in a little bit here. That being said, when it comes to the camera mount on my kayak, we have two options. So I'm going to put them both up on the screen. One of them is kind of off to the side, the other one's going to be right over top of my head. I know which one I like best. Unfortunately, me and Laura kind of disagree on it, so I'm interested to hear what you guys think. So which one do you like better? Over the head or off to the side? So which one do you guys think? I'm gonna try them both once I actually get out and go fishing, but I'm interested to hear in the comments down below what you guys think we should do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and mount the rails on my kayak here. Just going to mark the holes. Alright. Drill them out, screw them on. Fingers crossed this works well. One rail on. Time to put the other side on. That worked out pretty darn well, actually. So now I just got to attach the other side. That worked better than I expected, to be completely honest. Now, one thing I did want to talk about is I'm only doing 4-inch rails. The good news about the rails that I'm using, these are made by KAYAK. The good news about these rails is that the holes on all the different sizes are the same. So if I wanted to extend this out, this is a 4-inch rail. If I wanted to do an 8-inch, the holes are all gonna line up the same either way. So that'll be kind of nice. I'm gonna mark the holes so I can drill them out. I got my 2 rails on, and realistically guys, that's pretty much everything. I got one more, well, not everything. I have one more thing I need to add. I'm gonna add a cleat, a folding cleat to the side of the kayak, just so I can use an anchor in the future. But I got the 2 rails on, and all that's left is the anchor cleat, and I am done with the modifications to my kayak. So, woohoo! Alright y'all, well I have one more item to complete on my kayak here. I'm going to be adding in these folding cleats so that I can use a anchor with my kayak. It's just going to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to put it right here on the side. It does fold, so it's going to stay out of the way. But I'm going to screw this in here, and then I think my kayak is going to be good to go for at least this season. Got a couple ideas possibly for the future, but for now, this is what I'm gonna do. So, go and get these holes drilled, get these screwed in. I also bought some silicone, and I'm gonna go around and seal all of these things with silicone around them. Cool. One side done. Gonna move over to the other side. everything is attached. Like I said, now I just have to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and seal silicone around these just to kind of keep the water out. But I got my 2 cleats on here so that I can now start using an anchor if I so choose to do so. Other than that, my kayak is pretty well good to go. Stick around. I will be doing a walkthrough here shortly. It's a lot of work, but I'm happy about it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be set up a lot better than it was last year. I'm pretty happy about this. So we are going to get started on Chandler's kayak, and I figured it would be very fitting if he was the one who drilled the holes in his kayak, because it's nerve-wracking. Now we're going to go ahead and put these rivets in. So you can go put that down, grab the rivet tool. Alright, so you put the rivet in, the hole should slide in there.
Oh, so you put it...
So what you do, I'll do the first one, just watch how I'm doing it. So you put this in there, you make it go all the way down. It's got to stay all the way down. Alright, squeeze it, make sure it goes all the way back down, squeeze it again. And now watch where see where my fingers are. Do not put your fingers in here because it will crush them. Make a squeeze. Okay, and the next time it should pop. There you go. Pull that out. There you go. Alright, we're done with the rivet tool. Now we get to move on to screws because we are going to mount your rails. So we are going to use a different drill bit. I just got to locate it. Alright, now we're going to drill the hole for his rails. Try to hit that hole dead center. Alright, with that, Chandler's kayak is pretty well good to go. We'll do a full walkthrough here once we get done with both of them. But for right now, Chandler's kayak's pretty well done. See you in a minute.